Hey, you fucking pricks. It's Lamentable Podcast here with another episode of Lamentable Podcast. As always, your hosts, Josh and Kyle. And whatever fucking episode we're on, because we haven't been here for 6 months, and we're just doing one because.
Probably close to 30 now.
Mm-hmm.
29, 30 maybe.
Maybe. We're pretty close. You know, we're slowly getting there. Slowly. Pretty soon we'll... At this rate, in like 45 years, we'll have as many podcasts as Joe Rogan.
How many does he release a week?
I think Joe Rogan releases like 4 or 5 a week.
Damn.
On a steady week. He's at like 1,500 something. He might even be higher than that now. And then not even counting the ones he does for fights and shit.
When did he start?
9.
Oh.
I think. So, I mean, that's still a fuck ton of podcasts.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Anyways, yeah, it's been about a month or so, a little bit over a month since we've released one of these. We have no reason why we haven't.
Just lazy. I don't know.
Just nothing going on, and we're just, okay, forget about YouTube. Like, nobody's watching us anyways, so we're not really...
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to film one every week if we're just going to say the same things every week.
Yeah.
But now all the cool things are happening, so, like football.
This is true. Football has started, and we are 3 weeks in. We're going into week 4 tomorrow. This is Saturday that we recorded this, so... Week 4, starting tomorrow. So it's definitely been at least a month since we fucking...
Yeah.
But, yeah, I've pretty much just been surviving until football started, and now football started, and I'm like, okay.
Yep.
So, yeah. Not really too much has happened since our last episode, as per usual. Even more so because of Corona, so that's exciting. We did go on a trip for a few days a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
That was super fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed myself very much.
Lake Placid.
Yeah.
Because it's close and it's in New York. Because Governor Cuomo will lose his mind if you leave the state, so... But,
we saw giant alligators.
Yes, we did. We saw where they filmed the movie.
And, yeah, so that was pretty fun. We went and stayed in a campground area. And there was a fuck ton of mountains everywhere, which was super sick, because I've never, with my naked eye, seen mountains before, so I was, like, super hyped about that. And we had lots of fires. We had fires for, like, 5 days straight, so that was pretty cool. Drank lots of beer. An abnormal amount of beer. I think we drank 3 30-packs in total, didn't we? 2 30-packs in total?
At least 2.
In the span of 4 days, 5 days?
Yeah.
So that was exciting. Watched some football outside.
Yep, we did. Watch it illegally outside.
Yeah, illegally outside. Very cool.
Worked, though. It's fine.
We got that young free Wi-Fi, and we got that young free football game.
It didn't matter anyway because the game it was the Bills versus the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And the power went out at one point. And so they just weren't showing the game. They were just showing another game.
The Pittsburgh Cleveland game.
And then when it came back, they went to halftime and there was like a 30-minute lightning delay. So it was kind of a shit show, but
the game didn't end till like 5:30.
Yeah, it ended late because it was delayed.
But yeah, so football has started, and that's pretty much all I've been memeing about lately. So Buffalo Bills, as you can see, the jerseys behind us that have been here for many episodes. I'm pretty sure they've been here since I moved into this house. All the episodes we filmed.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bills are doing really fucking good.
Yes, they are 3-0.
Which is, yeah, let me get some of that. It's very nice. It's very nice to see. For the reason we're pulling game wins out of our asses because...
It's not like the Bills are good on offense.
No,
they're decent on defense too, but for whatever reason, they just kind of like lay back and let the other team catch up.
yeah. I think it's trying to show how big their balls are. They wait till the last second to actually win the game. Something along those lines, probably.
It's a sketchy way to write up your game, though. But oh well. They're still 3-0.
Yeah,
and if you start the season like 3-0, it's like a stupid high chance of. It's like a 75% chance of making the playoffs at that point.
Yeah,
so
unless we lose every fucking game next.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna win tomorrow too.
Playing the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, I think we're gonna win.
Raiders aren't that good. Their defense is bad, so that should be good for Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is popping the fuck off, just absolutely doing ridiculous shit for no reason. He's like a lol throwing ball hard, and he's like second in total passing yards. And he broke like an NFL record or tied with an NFL record for most passing or whatever. Or no, maybe it was a franchise record.
Yeah, it was a franchise record.
Franchise record.
I think he has the most yards. I think just Russell Wilson has more touchdowns.
No, it's Dak Prescott.
Oh, it is?
Dak Prescott has 200 more yards than him right now. But Dak Prescott's pretty he's making all those yards up in garbage time. They're 1-2.
Yeah, the Cowboys be like
America's team.
Yeah, well on their way to 8-8 again.
Strolling their ways. Give us more money. We want more money.
But that division's so trash. Going 8-8 might mean you win.
They're still in the lead at 1-2.
Yeah, I know.
1-2. They're leading.
It's really
the division.
bad.
Oh my god. Wasn't there a division last year that was like that?
It was the NFC East. It was the same one.
Oh yeah. But it was the Eagles that were winning, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Eagles won. I think they went 9-7.
Yeah.
The Cowboys were like 8-8. And then Washington and New York were like, I don't even know. Below that. Like 6-10, 5-11 probably.
Yeah. So the Bills seem pretty promising this year. That's pretty exciting. You always like to see that. We just gotta. There's obviously a fuck ton of stuff they gotta work on because for whatever reason they're like, well, third quarter doesn't matter, haha. And then Josh Allen in the fourth quarter is like, oh wait, the third quarter happened. Fuck, I have to do stuff. But then he does it. So
no, Josh Allen's like been their MVP, like easily been their best player, which is good because I drafted him in fantasy in multiple leagues. So I'm having a good time with that.
The shit. What was I gonna say? Basically, the Bills got Stephon Diggs, and Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen are literally fucking a match made in heaven.
I mean, Stephon Diggs is just an insanely good wide receiver, so
yeah. And
as long as you're throwing accurately, which Josh has shown he can do this year.
I don't know what he's doing. He's doing some crazy throws that people are just like, excuse me? I mean, they're really risky throws, but he's pulling them off. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but I like it.
Like that interception he got.
Oh, yeah.
His first interception of the season. That was so fucking bad.
Very legitimate.
It was, okay, it was a bad play. I don't know why he threw the ball like he did, but Croft did catch the ball. And
did you see the pictures?
What?
The pictures that they took? They had this, like, somebody was on the sideline taking pictures, and they have pictures of Croft grabbing the ball in the air, coming down, and then the dude grabbing it.
No, he definitely had it.
So
but
bullshit.
the fucking, whoever was covering him, the safety or whatever, grabbed the ball and pulled it out of his hands when they went to the ground, for anybody that didn't see this. And they said it was offensive pass interference, so it was an interception. What the fuck is that? Are the refs stupid?
Yeah, so people were memeing about that. And then the Rams got a defensive pass interference at the end of the game, which got us the first down.
Their revenge call at the end of the game.
Yeah, and people are like, oh my god, the only reason the Bills won. It's like, okay. The only reason the Rams started getting points. It didn't even matter.
It was definitely a penalty. People were just mad it was a pass interference, but even if it was just a holding penalty, it still would have been a first down. It still would have been 5 yards and a first down, yeah. So it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking stupid. Either way, Bills winning. I fucking dig that shit.
That Labatt Blue be like,
bruh. So yeah, the Raiders game is tomorrow at 4:30, which is strange. We don't usually get afternoon games,
because they're in Las Vegas.
I'm expecting the Bills to win. I haven't seen anything super fancy for the Raiders, so
The Bills are the second team to play in that stadium.
very true.
Well, third, I guess, if you count the Raiders. But it's a given that they're going to be playing there.
No. But yeah, so hopefully the Bills do win that game because 4-0 would be a massive start, and I don't think we've gone 4-0.
It's been a long-ass time since they've been 4-0.
So if Josh Allen and the Bills manage to pull off that 4-0, people are going to be like, but it's only the Jets and the Dolphins.
Dumb.
And then we beat the Rams, and they're like, it's only the pass interference that was fake.
People are so dumb. It's like, well, their schedule is easy. It's like, you still got to win the games. You don't choose your own schedule.
It's the NFL, too. Like, why don't you go out and play in the NFL?
You don't choose your own schedule. You have to fucking win. Whoever your opponent is, you go out there and win. Doesn't matter if they're the worst team in the league or the best team in the league. You want to go out there and beat them.
Yeah. But people refuse to take the Bills seriously, so I don't know if you go on the NFL subreddit or not.
Sometimes.
But it's I've seen a bunch of memes in the comments section of like Bills posts, and there'll be like the one guy that's like, oh well, they only beat easy teams, and then there's a bunch of people roasting him in the comments, and it's like Buffalo Bills win Super Bowl, and it's like, oh, they only beat 16 teams.
The Bills have like the third or fourth hardest schedule this year. Mm-hmm. They have a really hard. They have one of the. It's just there's a couple games that are easy at the beginning. The rest of their schedule is not that easy.
I remember watching like when the schedules were released. People were saying, "Oh, the Bills are going to go 7-9 this year." It's like, what? Excuse me? But I mean, you really don't know until the season starts. But
someone dumb. It might be the Jets that have the hardest schedule, and they're easily the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
I'm really hoping to see an 0-16. That'd be such a meme. And all the Jets fans, I don't know why Jets fans are so toxic. It's really weird, because I don't think the Jets have done anything in years and years. But
they went to the AFC Championship game 2 years in a row with Mark Sanchez, Josh. You don't remember that?
Dude, Mark Sanchez is sick as fuck. But Jets fans are always like really fucking memey for whatever reason. They're like, lol. And then I don't know if you ever see NFL posts on Facebook, but it's literally just like the lowest IQ people of all time posting
that's just
stupid pictures.
That's the Facebook with anything.
Yeah.
You just like, I follow NASCAR on fucking on social media. I mean, I follow them on Instagram too. But it's the same fucking people. Facebook and Instagram. They're like, ree! Just straight, like, lowest IQ shit you can find.
It's like a really badly photoshopped picture of, like, a quarterback from a team with a Lombardi trophy. And it's like, this is our year! This is our year! And most of the time, it's Dallas Cowboys fans. A lot of times. It's like, America's team! It's our year! But this one was a Jets fan. And it was just, it was fucking, fuck, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on his name. But he was just holding a Lombardi trophy. Yeah, Sam Darnold. He was holding a Lombardi trophy, but he was running. So it was like a picture of him running with a football, but it was a Lombardi trophy photoshopped in instead.
Sick.
And it was like, this is our year. The Jets are going to take over.
That's kind of funny, though. That's a good meme.
I wish I would have saved the picture.
You should have. And then
when
they went 0-16, posted on the Jets subreddit.
I'm going to try to find it now after this, because I definitely... I think I've saved a couple of the Dallas ones. I can probably send them. But, oh my god, they're so funny. Any NFL post... There's also a lot of bots. Like, every comment, like hundreds of comments are like, NFLrunningfree.com.
Yeah, literally. This is the dumbest shit. It's like, come to our website and buy our merchandise. That's definitely fake.
It's like, do you need free NFL without cable?
Yeah.
All caps. And then it's like a bunch of retarded emojis that are like everywhere. Yeah, so football.
Did you watch any of that Thursday night game?
I don't think so.
Oh my god, me and Donnie watched it.
It was Broncos Jets?
Yeah, it was honestly the most entertaining game I've watched this year because both teams are awful. The first touchdown of the game was Darnold almost got sacked. So he just ran out of the pocket, and he ran for a 48-yard touchdown.
Yeah, I saw that highlight.
And then the second touchdown was the Denver's quarterback, the rookie Brett Rippon or whatever.
Ripon?
Yeah, he threw like a huge bomb. It was obviously going to get intercepted, but it went right through the Jets player's hands. Jerry Jeudy caught it and just walked backwards into the end zone.
On the next play?
It wasn't the next play, but it was pretty soon after.
Oh my god.
And then they ended up going. The Jets actually, the Jets were up 7-3 at the end of the first. And then I think they were tied, or maybe Denver had the lead going into halftime. But they kept it close. It was a lot closer than it needed to be. And then at one point, they thought Sam Darnold was injured. He went to the locker room, and Joe Flacco came in.
Really?
Yeah. And then Sam Darnold came back out and finished the game. But
I forgot Joe Flacco was on the Jets.
Sam Darnold looked fucking pissed at the end of the game. He looked like he literally wanted to kill himself. He did not look happy at all. He got sacked multiple times. 2 of the sacks were his fault, and he shouldn't have taken them. But most of the sacks was just the O-line was awful, and he was just getting sacked left and right. Because he went down the one time, and they like picked him up, and it showed his face in like slow-mo, and he was just like so fucking pissed off. It was funny. If I was him, I'd request a trade. I would not.
I'm surprised he hasn't already.
I would not want to be on that team anymore.
Is this his third straight year with them?
Yeah, he drafted the same year as Josh Allen.
Yeah. So I saw a thing. It was like Adam Gase is trying to keep Sam Darnold at all costs. So if he gets fired, he's going to try to get him to go whatever team.
Considering how far your team has like gone so far to be 0-3 and how bad you are, you're obviously tanking. So if you're going to get the first pick, everyone assumes you're going to take Trevor Lawrence. So there's no reason to keep Sam Darnold to waste away.
They're going to keep him on the. They're going to keep him on the bench after they get the other guy, and he's never going to play.
I know.
It's going to be another Josh Rosen story, except Sam Darnold actually gets to play. I remember when Josh Rosen was supposed to be the number one guy.
That was interesting. And now his career is over.
Didn't he go to the Dolphins?
He was on the Dolphins. Arizona traded him to the Dolphins. And then he was on the Dolphins last year, but he never played like at all.
Oh, yeah. He got drafted by...
And then they cut him this year, and he signed with Tampa Bay. So now he's on Tampa Bay, but he's never... So unless Tom Brady dies, which actually there's a probably pretty decent chance for that, but he's not going to play. I don't even know if he's on their roster. He might even only be on their practice squad, which is awful, but... Well, to be fair, I'd rather be... Being on a practice squad doesn't seem like an awful job, not going to lie.
Yeah, I mean, he's still getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
He probably still makes an assload of money. But whatever. He's on the NFL team, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. How are the Ravens doing?
They are 2-1. They destroyed the Browns in week 1. I'm trying to think who they played in week 2. Oh, they played Houston. They won by a pretty good margin against Houston, and then they played Kansas City on Monday night, and they got fucking destroyed. So,
yeah, they always get beat by Kansas City.
Kansas City is just really good.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they were doing. Me and Zach were watching the game. Zach's also a Ravens fan. And we were like screaming the whole time. We're like, just run the ball. That's what you're good at. Kansas City has no run defense at all. But they just wanted to throw the ball all day. And then they started running, and they were getting first downs, and they actually scored a touchdown. And me and Zach were like, wow, look what happens when you run the ball, Baltimore. And then they just went back to throwing the ball for the rest of the game. I'm like, why?
And then the Chargers were like, lol.
Yeah, and then the Chargers almost beat Kansas City.
With their rookie quarterback.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor got stabbed in the fucking lung.
He got a lung puncture from a medical staff? That's crazy.
They were trying to give him a shot because his ribs were, like, injured, apparently, and they just fucking stabbed him in the... It's not funny. That sounds painful, but...
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it was probably fucked up. What do you do in a situation like that? Like, do you get payment or something?
I don't know what the fuck they do.
Wonder if that medical staff guy got fired.
Maybe.
That's pretty crazy.
Probably not, but... They said right after it, Tyrod wasn't mad. He was like, oh, that stuff happens. So it's like, okay.
Good old Tyrod. I like Tyrod. I got to meet him once. It was pretty sick. I have a framed picture of me and Tyrod in my room.
It's true.
I went. He came to Buffalo. Well, he was
played,
on Buffalo.
Yeah, when he played in Buffalo.
He came to a glasses store in Buffalo, Stanton Optical or some shit, and I was like, man, I really have to go meet Tyrod. And so I went and met Tyrod in this glasses store, and I took my gloves. I have Bill's gloves, the Nike Vapor Air or whatever the hell they are, like legit NFL gloves. And you put the hands together and they make the Bills logo.
Yes.
And I was like, Tyrod, can you sign these gloves? And he was like, hell yeah, I can. And I was like, sick. And then I got a sick-ass picture, and I was holding my thumb up like this.
As he was signing it, you whipped and nay-nayed the entire time.
Hell yeah. I was super excited. I was like, wow, this is fucking amazing. Like, this man throws footballs. That is cool.
Literally. That was me when my cousin and I met Regan Smith, got his signature. Or like, this guy drives car very fast.
That is cool. But yeah, Tyrod Taylor do be cool. Was he doing okay? I didn't really keep track.
Tyrod?
I think he was.
Fuck my phone.
I think he was doing all right.
I don't even know if he played this week.
Well, not this
one. No, I know.
The
I
first
was just
2
thinking,
weeks.
he didn't play at all in the second game. He was injured before apparently they did start the rookie, but week 1, I don't know. He had like a 50% completion percentage. I don't remember. I think he might have had like 1 touchdown, 1 interception or something. A Tyrod stat line.
Yeah, I mean,
usually he's more accurate than that.
I'm pretty sure he threw a crazy ass deep bomb in the first game. I think I saw the highlights.
He's actually like he's a game manager, but he's usually accurate. That's the thing. But they have a good running back. It would work if they just knew what they were doing.
Fair enough.
Any fucking player. I don't understand. It comes down to the scheme. Even if you're a shitty player, like, you could take any quarterback and put him in the fucking Patriots with Bill Belichick, and they'll win. Because Bill Belichick is just smart.
He's like, do this. And they're like, okay.
That's why Cam Newton and the fucking Patriots are doing so well. Because they were like, all right.
Cam Newton's been dead for like 10
years.
years.
They're like, well, we have a completely different quarterback than Tom Brady, so we're going to completely switch up how we run our offense. And it works.
Yeah.
But, I mean, to be fair, Cam does not have anybody to throw to, so they're literally like, Cam, you have to run the ball.
But, yeah, Cam Newton, he hasn't been good. He hasn't been on a team in a while, hasn't he? And then all of a sudden they were like, Patriots.
He was still on the Panthers this year, but I don't know if his contract ended or whatever, but he was on the Panthers all last year. He was just injured. Because he did start the first 2 games.
I thought he just wasn't. I thought he was benched. I don't know. I don't keep track of many other teams. But yeah, apparently Cam Newton's good. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, it's the Patriots.
Yeah. The Patriots are doing pretty well.
I knew this would happen too, because people are like, finally Tom Brady's gone. I'm like, it doesn't matter. With Bill Belichick there, he's going to make it at least interesting. It doesn't matter. He might not win, but he's going to make it interesting.
He fuels them all up with $5 footlongs.
And cuts off their sleeves.
He's like, you get Subway if you do good in this game. And they're like, oh, fuck yeah, I want Subway.
They're like, but Bill, I've only eaten Subway this week. And he's like, too bad. More Subway. Have you ever had a meatball marinara? It's like, I had 3 last week.
He's like, too bad. That's what I ordered. Yeah, so Cam Newton got the bad sickness.
He did. It's true.
A bunch of NFL players are getting the bad sickness.
A bunch of the Tennessee Titans got. So they had to completely just postpone that game until week 6 or week 7 or 8.
So the Chiefs game is canceled.
And
the Steelers game is canceled. And
it was
the New England
Steelers and Tennessee. That one got postponed on Thursday or Wednesday. And literally, like yesterday, Kansas City players and New England players started getting sick. So they're not going to play. They're saying they might play like Tuesday or something.
Yeah, and they're thinking that the Bills-Titans game's going to get canceled.
Yeah,
Bills-Titans
yeah,
game.
because the Bills-Titans game is next week. So
And they're like, ooh.
So we'll see what happens.
Apparently I was reading a bunch of posts, and apparently the NFL has a secret plan or something. And people are trying to speculate what it's going to be. And people are like, you really think the NFL's going to let them not play games? They're gonna
fuck
tell them,
no.
They're going to tell them they have to use any personnel they
Fuck
have.
no. They are going to finish this season. They started the season. They're going to fucking finish it. There is no way they don't finish this season. Like I said, worst case scenario, they'll just suspend the season for 2 weeks or something.
Yeah.
Like
If everybody starts getting it.
Yeah.
But they're literally just going to start telling people, like, oh, you have a
No,
practice
that's
squad
what
for
it's
a
gonna
reason.
be. They're gonna treat it like a lockout year or something like that, where it's like just play anybody you can find.
Yep. And then it's going to be a shit show. But they're like, we are not losing money.
Yeah, no fucking way.
They've already lost a fuck ton of money. Well, the teams have.
No. NBC and CBS and Fox pay them way too much money. They promised those fucking companies 256 games. They're giving them 256 games. They don't fucking care how they do it.
Yeah, they're like, all right, the people that are allowed to come to the game, you are playing now.
That's what NASCAR did too, because the two NBC and Fox, they were like, the contract says you have to give us 36 races to televise, so you better give us 36 races. And they're like, okay, doesn't matter where the races are, but there has to be 36 of them.
Yeah,
It's the same thing with football.
I'm sure it'll develop into a shit show.
It's like,
They'll be like, all right, all of these games are on Tuesday now.
yeah,
It's like,
they'll do something. There's no way. Once they started the season, I knew there was no way they were going to stop. Starting the season was the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm. And they already took away the preseason, so they already lost those games.
Well, it's preseason's different though. It
Yeah,
doesn't
they don't
matter.
give a fuck. But we'll see what happens. The Titans are going to ruin it for everybody.
Probably. It seems like what they're doing right now.
For some reason, the Titans are just like, lol, we are sick. And everyone else is like, oh.
They're like, we made it to the AFC Championship game last year on the back of Derrick Henry.
Yeah. He's like, let me carry y'all to some wins.
Literally.
And then everybody knows how to shut him down now, so I don't even think they're doing that anymore. Derrick Henry hasn't been doing super crazy. Either that he's just tired.
I don't know their record. I know they played Minnesota, and Minnesota's awful. And that game was still close. But Derrick Henry has not really been a factor yet. It was the same thing with last year. Derrick Henry did not start the season good, but his entire second half in the playoffs, he did really good.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I just hope the season doesn't get shut down, but it doesn't seem like they would ever shut down.
Won't.
They'll probably
There's
just
no
be
way.
like, okay, put all your fifth strings in.
Worst case scenario, they postpone a couple weeks. Because I saw an article, like, they have all the way until the end of February. They're allowed to have... I mean, they could do this fucking Super Bowl whenever they wanted, but they would... I mean, they have, like, literally an entire month of wiggle room. So...
Yeah, there is a bunch of weeks before the Super Bowl, too.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the Pro Bowl week just before the Super Bowl, and then there's the 3 playoff weeks.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, what else? What else is there to talk about, Kyle?
NASCAR. That's what I've been watching, as y'all know, if you actually watch this, which you people don't, but...
Yeah. What the fuck are you doing? Sitting there not watching our podcast?
And if you do watch it, leave a comment.
Yeah, tell us how fucking sick we are, dude.
But no one... I said that multiple times, and no one's ever left a comment, so I assume no one's actually watching.
I'm pretty sure we have no actual viewers, but hey, how's it going, bros?
If you are, cool.
That means you're sick as fuck. And the viewers we do get don't watch past like 3 minutes. Oh boy, camera.
Camera be like...
But, yeah, NASCAR. What's going on in NASCAR?
The playoffs started. I don't know why they call it the playoffs, because they're not playing a game, but they should call it the rate. Like, sign me. The NASCAR should sign me. I'd say I'd call it the race-offs. And then they'd be like, "Whoa, dude, that's such a good name." Because they used to run commercials. I don't know how long ago. ESPN used to run commercials when they did NASCAR races. So this was probably 6, maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. And the commercial would literally be like, it would say like NASCAR, and it would show like other sports, and then it would show NASCAR, and it would be like, NASCAR, everything else is just a game. It's true. Everything else is just a game. You're still only playing a game of football. You're still only playing a game of baseball. It's just a game. But now they're like playoffs. So it's like, well, now you want it to be like those other sports. So why did you even try to distance yourself?
Yeah. Race-offs just sounds better anyways for racing.
The chase. They should have just kept the chase. I like the chase, but whatever.
The chase.
The chase for the Sprint Cup or Monster Energy Cup or NASCAR Cup now. But
nice.
I guess they're like, Chase Elliott is a race car driver, so we can't call it that.
We can't play favorites.
Not like NASCAR doesn't play favorites with him anyway.
I don't keep track of NASCAR enough to know that meme.
I mean, they haven't done it in a while, but he basically... Bill Elliott, his dad, was one of the most popular drivers in NASCAR in the 90s, 80s and 90s. So any fans of Bill Elliott are now fans of Chase Elliott. And then he replaced Jeff Gordon, and Jeff Gordon was one of the most popular drivers. So any Jeff Gordon fans became Chase Elliott fans. And for whatever reason, he was teammates with Dale Jr., so when Dale Jr. retired, a bunch of Dale Jr. fans became his favorite too. So he's easily the most popular driver by a long shot.
Damn.
So, but they were worse with the shit in Xfinity. But now that he runs the Cup Series, they're not as. Now he's actually good, so it doesn't matter. They don't need to play. He can actually win races by himself.
Watched a NASCAR race I watched 2 NASCAR races during the trip.
Yes, at Bristol.
The Xfinity and the regular.
It was Bristol, and I'm pretty sure that was the most attended event since COVID started in the entire world.
Yeah, it was like 22,000 people.
Yeah, it was
or
like
something.
20-something thousand people. I went to the All-Star race. I said this one. It was at Bristol, and it was the most attended event since COVID started.
And Bristol's like, lol, bring everybody.
And I think they had more people a couple weeks ago for the night race. So
yeah,
fun stuff.
The sickness bad.
But, yeah, I don't know. Nothing super exciting. Kevin Harvick has just dominated the season. So he's already got a fuck ton of points. I can't explain the point system right now. It's too fucking... The point system is way too convoluted for me to explain without showing you something. But
maybe you'll do another NASCAR.
I'll literally have to make a fucking video on it. Like if you're not a NASCAR fan and you understand how it works, you're gonna be completely baffled by it. Playoff points and stage points and all this other fucking shit.
He's like, lol, haha, car do be driving.
But basically because of how many wins Kevin Harvick has, he has a lot of extra bonus points now that the playoffs started. And he has literally so many that is basically as long as he shows up, he's going to make it all the way to the last race of the season. Easily. And he's still winning races anyway. He won the first fucking race of the season. Or not the season, the playoffs at Darlington.
Jesus.
So that automatically advances him to the next round.
He won the Bristol race, didn't he?
He did win the Bristol race, yeah. Yeah, he did win. He won 2 in a row, the first 2.
Jesus.
So, and then last week was Las Vegas, and Kurt Busch won that, which was actually funny. I thought that race was... My mom wasn't happy because she doesn't like Kurt Busch, but fucking Kurt Busch, he was not fast like at all. He was running like in the 20s all day. But his team decided, they're like, well, we got to stay out. Let's, do some different strategy. And they just ran as long as they could, and they got a caution after everybody had already pitted. So they were in the lead. So they were able to come down. A bunch of people were lapped down because they pitted. So he had a lap. Only the top 5 were on the lead lap. So he was able to come down pit road, get tires, and be, even better, or at least the same level as all the other cars that pitted, and still be a lap ahead if they didn't take the wave around. So then he restarted first, and there was like 30, 40 laps to go, and he just stayed up front.
Nice. I saw a video of him like crying or something. Why was he crying?
I don't know. Was it last week?
I think so. He was like on top of his car and like banging the top of it.
Oh, it's because Las Vegas is his home track. That's
Oh.
why. Him and Kyle Busch are from Las Vegas.
Wow. So sick.
So, yes, the second round. Oh, no. I'm trying to think. I think I'm forgetting a race in there now, but...
It was Las
Oh,
Vegas.
Bristol. Bristol was the last race.
Yeah.
The second race of the first round was Richmond, which Brad Keselowski won. Now they're in the second round, which started last week with Vegas. So Kurt Busch won, so he's into the next round automatically. And tomorrow is Talladega, which is the biggest shit show on the schedule, so that's going to be fun. And then the Roval, which is the second biggest shit show on the schedule.
I kind of want to watch that one.
The Roval is literally one of the best races every year. I don't know why it is. It's always just stupid. It's funny because it's just a new track, and everyone's trying to figure it out. 'Cause, I don't know. It's just an oval with a road course in it, so it's pretty funny.
Ugh. Yeah, I watch NASCAR like twice, maybe 3 times a year because of Kyle.
But yeah, Kevin Harvick is easily the favorite to win.
Isn't the last race just whoever comes closer to first wins?
It's the 4 people that advance all the way to the final round of the 16. So every 3 races, they eliminate the bottom 4 in points of the top 16. And then another 3, they do 4. So by the time they get to Phoenix, which is the last race of the schedule, there's 4 cars. And whoever finishes the highest in that race wins the championship, which is a really dumb system.
Yeah, that sounds...
But I'm not going to get into that. But just...
It's like, okay, you've won 46 races.
You could
of the
literally,
year.
you could win every single race. You could win 35 fucking races in a row and finish second at the last race of the season and not be the champion. That's how bad it is. You could win every fucking race except for the last one.
Yeah. That seems kind of autistic, but hey, what can you do?
Yep.
Rocket League is free to play now,
That's true. It is.
so everybody and their mother can play. Literally, everybody and their mother.
Literally everybody can play as long as you have a console or a computer.
Yep, every console, PC, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever you play on, it's free to go.
It's Doobie Epic Games though, so it's kind of cancer now.
Yeah, it looks really bad. I don't know why they did what they did to it.
Yeah, I don't know why they changed it. Like, they changed like the dumbest shit too. They kept like the entire base game the same. They changed like the fonts and like how the menus looked.
Yeah.
Like, what?
It looks really dumb. They're trying to make it look like Fortnite.
No, yeah, they made it look like Fortnite. I don't know why.
And they're like, let's make a Fortnite game mode. And they're like, haha, break the llamas. It's like,
Wait, there's a
wow.
Fortnite game mode?
There's a Fortnite game mode.
I didn't even know that. I haven't touched that fucking game in a
You
long
can
time.
do challenges to unlock the battle bus car.
I do know they had a battle bus car.
You just get a car that looks like the battle bus from Fortnite, and it looks really fucking
It
stupid.
probably does look... It's a bus, but it's the size of a car. There's no way that can look good.
It's so dumb. But, you know, companies do be like, you have to do this. It's like, all right, you're the boss. But they hit 1.5 million players last week playing at the same time. And it used to be like 100,000 people playing at the same time, max. And so, yeah, it's fucking insane. Rocket League is like, lol, we are the new GTA 5.
I mean, it's a great game.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just burnt out because I played it so much for a long time.
same.
But it's a good game. Like, everyone should play it. But
And now there's a fuck ton of new players, which is gonna
Epic
completely,
Games is like noobs be like.
yeah, it's gonna completely revive the game. It's gonna completely like up all the stakes in.
I mean, the game wasn't even dying though. It was doing
Yeah, it
good.
was still doing well.
It was definitely still like one of the most played games out there.
And they're like, lol, let's add all these other people. And I guarantee you, they're gonna be like higher prize purses for tournaments and stuff now because there's gonna be so much more people watching it and shit. and they're gonna be like, watch the stream and get free wheels, which they already do, but everyone's gonna be like, lol, I want free wheels, so they're gonna be like 1 million people watching a Twitch stream. It'll be pretty sick. We'll see how it goes.
Yes. And then Fall Guys came out, and that was the most popular game ever created.
For 3 days.
Yeah, for a week until Among Us got popular, even though Among Us has been out for like 2 years.
Yeah. Do be playing a lot of Among Us.
I do like Among Us. I've been playing that a lot.
It's a pretty fun game. It's super fun to play with people you know, and then you can also still just play it with
You can play with
people.
randos, but randos are fucking stupid a lot of the time.
Yeah, they're really stupid. But it's literally like the biggest like game in years.
Well, it's free. That's basically why it's so big. And there's no accounts. You don't have to create an account.
Yeah.
It's based on the device you play on, unless you buy it on PC. But
yeah, then it's an account.
But if you play the free version, you could literally just put any fucking name you want in. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. But have you run into hackers in that game?
I don't think so.
I've ran into a few hackers. Imagine hacking in a free game with no stat line. Or,
There's no stats like at all. Like no
ranks.
one fucking cares. Yeah.
There was I was playing on my phone, and I thought the game was glitching out. All the doors closed in the entire game, and then everybody died immediately, and it said the guy won. And I was like, okay.
That's good. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, I was like, imagine hacking a game that has zero benefit whatsoever.
The other day, I was fucking playing. I was pissed. I told Josh this. I don't know if he fucking... This happened last night. But I was fucking... I went... There was like 4 or 5 guys in the same lobby. It was just a random lobby. And they all had the plague doctor like mask on. So they were all like friends. So the game started, and one of them ended up being the imposter. So I run into a room, and they're all standing there, and the imposter kills somebody right in front of my face and then hops an event. So I report the body, and I'm like, it's literally this guy. He did it right in front of me, and he jumped an event. And all of his friends were like, no, it's Green. Green did it. We saw him. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, imagine boosting in fucking Among Us. Like, how stupid can you fucking be?
So there's people up right here that steal from their moms and do bad drugs, and then there's the people here that boost and hack in Among Us.
Literally.
It's so fucking stupid. Like, I can see why people hack in, like, Call of Duty.
Yeah, because there's levels
like that,
and
like,
there's shit you can unlock.
Yeah, and then it's like game with 0 points except to meme.
Literally. It's literally just interact with people on the internet. That's what the fucking game is. That's why it got popular. Because the fucking pandemic, people can't go out, so they can interact with strangers on fucking a video game.
Yeah, it's like Zoom, but you get to lie and argue.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah, I thought that was so fucking stupid. I was absolutely disgusted. I was like, imagine like doing that. Like, just, yes, I think I'm going to hack in Among Us today. Download scripts. Ha ha ha. It's so stupid. And then people were hacking Fall Guys too.
Oh, Fall Guys. But again, they're still like, at least if you win in that game, it's like, it kind of looks like you're good. As opposed to Among Us, where it's like nobody can view anybody's stats and there's no reason for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People in Fall Guys would just like no clip and fly around.
Yeah. But it was so funny when I watched a YouTuber called Optimus. He's like a commentary YouTuber that talks about like YouTube drama and stuff. And he made a video about people hacking in Fall Guys. And he was like, just imagine being this fucking loser. Like, it's like, yes, a party game for children. Let me win every single game in seconds. It's pretty funny. And then there was like the people that were like getting triggered because people were trying try-hard strategies and shit in it. I don't know. I just saw a bunch of videos on...
It's one thing, like, the tryhards, they're good at the game. It's like, I don't know why you're so good at the game, but you're good at the game, so I can't be mad about that.
That's why people were arguing. People were arguing like, wow, you're trying hard in a party game? Lol, you're dumb as shit. It's like, okay. But there was like some guy made a YouTube video or something, and he's like, look at this, all these sweaty people making it hard for the little kids to win. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's a video game.
It's a game. People still want to win.
They get to just play again. It's like, it's fine. I mean, I kind of understand, but like, there's nothing you can do about it. There's always going to be competitive.
There's always going to be people that are better than you, so I don't really.
It's like any game, any video
literally
game,
any game, someone's going to fucking beat your ass.
A single player game, and people are going to still try to be the best out there. Like, yes, devote all my time.
Literally. They're like, give me that serotonin. Score goes up. I'm happy.
Yes, give me the good chemical. I won the Fall Guys.
Thing with, like when you're an imposter in Among Us, it's like, I killed everybody. I am cool.
Haha, they did not figure me out.
Stupid idiots. How did they not see me?
Like, it was very obviously me. I like playing with, like, in Discord, because then it's even more fun, because you get to just lie.
Yeah, when you it's people you know, it's a lot more fun.
Yeah,
because you
like,
can just shoot the shit with them.
You're like, actually, no, it was Blue, because I saw him do this, and they're like, haha, it's actually me. It's such a good meme.
I mean, because we used to always play, like, Mafia and stuff, which is basically the same game. And it's the same as that fucking, like, Jackbox game, too. But
yeah. Literally the exact same game.
Yeah, it's literally, you're just on a spaceship and you have to guess who the alien is and vote him off.
Yeah, literally. It's literally the exact same game. You just don't have, I don't think you have, there's no tasks.
There's no tasks.
There is tasks, there's like mini games that you have to do.
That's why I don't like that game, because you're not guaranteed to do anything unless someone picks you to do the task or whatever. You could literally sit there and do nothing the entire game. You could just
be quiet and they're like, haha.
That's why Among Us is good, because even if you're not the imposter, you still run around and do tasks and at least try and figure out who the actual killer is, because you're running around.
Yeah. Yeah, that game is really good. I think that game's probably going to be around for a while.
Probably.
Just because of the fact that it's got such good
free games,
replayability.
Man. If you make a decent game, it doesn't even have to be a great game. If it's a decent game and it's free, people will play it.
Yeah.
That's why Fortnite got so big, too.
Yeah,
because it was free.
They're like, oh my god, it's PUBG, but it's cartoony, and I can do default dance. But yeah, Among Us is sick as fuck. I assume people watching this have probably seen something about it.
Everybody's fucking knows what Among Us. If you've played video games ever in your life, you know what Among Us is.
Yes, it's like the most popular thing out right now. Good old sickness time, so everyone's like, stay inside, play game. So
I have to take a piss.
All right.
So have fun talking to yourself.
Kyle is going to leave now. Professionalism times 10. Yeah, so I have absolutely nothing to say. How is everybody doing? More than likely, no one is actually going to end up seeing this exact time. So, hello. I don't know what to say. Do-dee-da-dee-do-dee-do. Yes. I do be drinking beers. Kyle do be drinking beers. Do be podcast time. How are you doing? Very cool. That is great to hear. Wow, exciting news.
All right.
There is Kyle.
heard you beatboxing in the bathroom.
I did the beatbox for a second. Know what else to do?
That's fine. I did actually think of something. Going back to NASCAR, they actually released their schedule for next year, and they've literally been smoking crack, and I love it. This fucking shit that they put on this schedule is they just put, there's an F1 track. It's called Circuit of the Americas. That's where F1 races when they come to America. They just somehow added that to the schedule. So NASCAR's just going to race on an F1 track next year. They're going to put dirt on Bristol, which they used to do, but they're just going to cover the fucking track in dirt and have a race on it.
Oh my god.
They used to do this in the early 2000s. The World of Outlaws sprint cars would race on it, but NASCAR never did. But now they're doing it for NASCAR.
Do they have like special tires for that?
They do. It's Goodyear. Fucking, I don't know. There's been a truck race on dirt.
Is it like actual treads on them, I assume?
Yeah, they actually like tread them.
That'll be sick as fuck.
It'll be interesting, definitely. I don't know how they're going to do it. They haven't released anything, but... And what else? They added Road America, which is a good track. That's been on the Xfinity series for a couple years now, so... Oh, yeah, that Bristol dirt race. That's going to be the first dirt race NASCAR's done since 1970, I think.
Jesus.
So just 50 years later, they're like, let's race on dirt.
Like, we need to mix it up a bit.
And what else? 2 tracks got axed, but that's whatever. Kentucky was shitty. No one cared about Kentucky. Chicagoland was okay, but apparently the owners don't like it, so the owners are going to sell it, and that track's going to get destroyed, I think. But, oh well.
What are they going to just make a new one on it?
No, they're just going to sell it and build some random shit there, I'm sure.
Like, we're building a shopping
No,
plaza.
yeah, probably. That's usually what happens with these
Built on
things.
the grounds of NASCAR champions since 2026.
There was a track in California called Riverside. NASCAR would start their season there. It would be the first race of the season. They'd do one in the middle, and it'd be their last race of the season, and they would crown the champion there. And the owners just sold it, and now it's a fucking mall.
Rip. NASCAR's like, okay. I can't imagine how much NASCAR probably pays these tracks.
A lot, I'm sure.
And they're like, we don't want big income from giant corporations.
And what else?
All my homies hate giant income from giant corporations.
They added Nashville Super Speedway, which is to try and get them. They want to go to the Nashville short track, so that's why they're doing the race at... I like Nashville Super Speedway anyway, so they used to run that in trucks in Xfinity, but they haven't been there in a while. But I thought it was a decent track, so I think Cup will be okay. What else? Yeah, they're running. They're not going to run the oval at in Indianapolis anymore. They're going to run the road course, which I think is kind of dumb. I think the stock cars should run the oval. It's not always the greatest race every year, but I do think they should run the oval, but it's whatever. Winning at Indianapolis is still winning at Indianapolis, so I get it. What else? Can't think of anything. I mean, they added an extra race for a couple tracks. Oh, Fontana is a 2-mile track right now. It is a 2-mile track, so it's one of the biggest tracks in the schedule. And starting after its race in 2021, they're completely tearing it down, and they're going to make it a half-mile track.
What?
That's what they're doing.
How are they going to turn a 2-mile track into a half-mile
I don't fucking know, but they're going to do it.
Is it going to be a circle?
It's going to be an oval. I don't know.
How long is Bristol?
Half-mile.
So they're just going to make another speedway?
Pretty much, yeah.
Jesus.
They're just building a new fucking... Which is, I mean, good for them, because that trick is shitty. I don't like that trick at all, but... They're like, fuck it, let's build a short track.
It's pretty funny. Is it NASCAR's doing, or is it the track owner's doing?
The owner's doing it, but the owner is Roger Penske, and he's fucking rich as shit.
Oh, so NASCAR's like, we will eat that up.
Roger Penske owns the fucking IndyCar series, and he owns a team in NASCAR, so... He literally owns all of IndyCar, so...
Jesus.
He bought it a couple of years ago. He might have bought it last year. So, yeah.
What does the commissioner of a racing
I have no idea.
organization do? He's like, no, you cannot.
Well, he's just the
that.
owner. They try and, I mean, he's just the owner. I think he tries to stay out of it because he does own teams.
He just wants to get the money out
and
of
he doesn't want it to seem like, oh, I made it so my teams are the best or anything. So he just owns it in name and funding.
So he literally just gets the money for it?
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything else?
Other people, I'm sure, fucking pick the tracks and all that stuff and get sponsors.
Jesus. Like, you're rich enough to own this. It's like owning a store that employees work at. You, like, don't pay attention to it, but it's just a fucking giant multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Yeah.
It's like, yes.
That's what, next year Tony Stewart is starting his own, like, stock car series. It's supposed to be like IROC, which is International Races of Champions, which they used to do like years ago. It was a series they did. And it would be like 12 cars, and people from like F1, IndyCar, NASCAR, sprint cars would all just race in it and see who the best driver was. It was pretty sick.
That sounds pretty sick.
And but they stopped doing it because they lost their sponsorship.
Oof.
But Tony Stewart's trying to make like that again. And I legitimately think he's trying to do what happened to IndyCar back in...
Where he splits off his own NASCAR
He
thing?
wants to make his own, I think, because Tony's always been a fucking, like, he always says dumb shit about how NASCAR makes their decisions and stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't just like, here's my own stock car series. Everyone come here.
I assume he's going to get obliterated by NASCAR either
Probably.
way.
I don't think it's going to work, but if he does the fucking... If he keeps it to the IROC, like I said, series, kind of where it's just like best drivers from every series, then it'll do okay. But if he ever tries to directly compete with NASCAR, I don't think it'll ever work.
What about the Michael Jordan sponsoring a NASCAR team?
You mean buying starting a NASCAR team?
Yeah, Michael Jordan.
Oh.
He's like, lol.
I really
like
did not
NASCAR.
expect this to happen at all. I really did not think this was going to happen. Denny Hamlin has had Jordan brand like fire suits and shit for a long time. But just this year, Michael Jordan just was like, you know what? I'm going to buy a NASCAR team. So he just started a team, and Bubba Wallace, the one black driver, is going to drive for him. Which I guess makes sense. That's probably why he got involved in it, is because Bubba was attracting a lot of sponsors and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty big money maker. But Michael Jordan, he's from North Carolina, and that's like the center of NASCAR. So he knows a lot about it. Like, he just grew up in it.
It's just funny to me. Just get I assume it's going to be like NBA branded cars and shit.
That's what happened when Joe Gibbs started running his team back in the 90s. Because Joe Gibbs used to be the coach of the Washington football team. We're not allowed to say that other word. It was the Washington football team, and it's always been that.
Yes. Washington football team. It's such a meme. They're never going to get a name. They're going to be Washington football team.
I kind of hope they do, because it's funny as fuck. But you just go on the NFL app, and it's like football team at Eagles. Oh, it's funny.
Just for that alone. Is amazing. Football team versus Eagles. Oh my god.
Oh, that's funny.
But I guess we're coming to a close here. Don't know when we'll do our next one, but maybe soon.
Well, now that football started, we actually might have stuff to talk about, so we'll see.
Yeah, I was thinking like doing like a weekly thing again because of football, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. But yeah, Lamentable Podcast, episode 29, probably. I'm just educating guests. I have had a beer.
Yes.
Educated guess is saying that it's episode 29, but we'll see what it is. As always, your favorite hosts of any podcast ever known to man in this universe.
For sure.
Josh and Kyle.
Yes.
Signing off, you know how it be.
Mm-hmm.
You have yourselves a dandy week and a great weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yes. This will probably be uploaded on like Monday, but
Yeah, something like that. Unless I get random motivation to do it tomorrow. But yeah. Don't forget to do your homework.
Yes, very important.